Anyway, welcome back to Power Hour. This is Joyce.
And this is Dave.
And we're going to change gears for just a second here. What I'd like to do is I'd like to bring on Carol Hoernlein. And the reason I want to do this right now is because she has done a phenomenal website on MSG. Now, Dave just sang the MSG song, which came out of his pocket. I mean, I'd never even heard this song before. As usual, Dave does this. He just kind of comes on and it just comes out. Well, anyway, Carol Hoernlein is an expert in MSG, and what she has been doing is putting together information that is going to be pretty striking to you, pretty unbelievable to you. It's msgtruth.org. That's her website. Now, she became injured as a result of using MSG, but she didn't really use it. It was done to her. And I want to say thank you very much, Carol, for joining us on the Power Hour today.
Thank you, Joyce. It's been fun.
And I get a little closer to the mic so they can hear you. Now, let's talk. You got involved in MSG, but it really sort of wasn't like anything you wanted to do, was it?
No, it was a total surprise. It was a bombshell when I really realized what happened.
You were working with a big food conglomerate, right?
Well, I was an intern at Thomas J. Lipton, and I was working occupationally with aspartame and MSG.
And you were using it by the shovels, weren't you?
I was basically shoveling aspartame out of a barrel.
Whoa! Can you believe that, listeners? Shoveling aspartame out of a barrel. And now, did you drink and eat aspartame also?
Well, the thing was, they had taste tests at the place, and I would participate in that as an employee. And you were encouraged to do that. So all the products had most of them had MSG in them, and aspartame. And they're worse together than they are either one separately.
And you became quite ill, didn't you?
Yes, I've had many problems over the years, endocrine-related problems and disorders, the worst of which was high blood pressure, and that's how I discovered MSG affected me later.
And we're talking about, like, really high blood pressure?
Very high blood pressure, about 150 over 118 often. And I was, very thin. I was young. The doctors sometimes thought I was using drugs or something like that because the blood pressure was just so high.
Now, as a result of what you have learned since that time, I see on your website you relate MSG also to autism because children are getting this unbeknownst to the parents, right?
Yes. In February, the latest results of the genome study showed that there were genes for autism. Those genes are on the part of the chromosome where it's related. The section of the chromosome related to this codes for genes for glutamate neurotransmission in the nervous system. And that's the key. That's the similarity. And when I realized that, I said, "Oh my goodness, these kids have a lot in common with people who are MSG sensitive."
Wow. Now, let me ask you, what would a parent be surprised at that has aspartame or glutamate in it that would cause a problem? What would they think wouldn't even contain aspartame or glutamate?
Children's vitamins, children's medications. Some of the medications, like I think it's Alivert, it has aspartame in it as a sweetener.
Wow.
And all these things.
What about these tabs? You know the tab drugs?
Yes. The quick dissolve, like the Listerine,
quick dissolve.
The Listerine, the Listerine quick dissolve things. Those have aspartame in them as well.
Wow.
And nobody really realizes it. And most of the gums out there that are the chewing gums out there, they have aspartame in them. The thing is, the body changes half of aspartame into glutamate. So it's just like having MSG when you have aspartame.
Now, I want to thank you for all the work that you've done. And there is a flow chart there showing MSG and how autism is connected. If you go there, you'll also find the latest breaking major autism research news with respect to affecting glutamate as a neurotransmitter. So if you all have any questions, this is the website to go to. Now, we linked this years ago, I think, to our website. And then now I have the pleasure of meeting you and right here in our studio. So this is really cool. This is really great.
Oh yeah, I really appreciated that. When I saw that on the web, I was so excited that you'd found it and
you've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you today to our committee of one, Carol Hoernlein. Thank you very much, Carol, for joining us on the Power Hour today.
Thank you so much.
You bet. And thank you for the research you're doing. Go to msgtruth.org. Let's link that as today's link to the committee of one person today. Okay, let's go to the phones again. We'll get Dave back in here, and we'll go to the phones, and let's get George from Pennsylvania. George, you're on the air. What's on your mind, sir?